pace of AI development in China is just astonishing, isn't it? Feels like almost every week there's something new.
It really does. A new model, a new breakthrough. It's hard to keep up.
Exactly. So today we're diving deep into China's AI large model ecosystem. And we have a specific mission, really, for you, our listener. It's about equipping Western businesses with, well, the know-how to unlock real opportunities there and gain visibility using these incredibly powerful systems.
Yeah, think of it as your shortcut, your essential guide.
Right. To understand a really crucial frontier in global tech right now.
And our mission, as you said, is to sort of pull back the curtain. We want to look at the knowledge sources, the data that really underpin these mainstream Chinese AI models.
Not just what they are, but how they work.
Precisely. And we want to give you concrete, actionable strategies with a particular focus on something called Generative Search Engine Optimization, or GEO. Yeah. This is all about making sure your business information, your content, isn't just out there, but is effectively recognized, used, and crucially presented by these AI systems.
So it's about getting cited by the AI, essentially.
In a nutshell, yes.
Yeah.
Understanding this, it's not just about keeping up with competitors anymore. It's actually about creating genuinely new business opportunities.
Okay, let's unpack this then. China's AI ecosystem. It's not just big, it's incredibly diverse, dynamic.
Very dynamic.
You hear terms like giants, rising stars, industry deep divers. It paints a picture of a really complex landscape.
It is complex. And for any Western business looking at China, either entering or expanding, this presents, well, huge opportunities, but also, let's be frank, some pretty unique challenges.
So why is understanding these models, and especially their knowledge sources, their data, why is that so critical for, say, a Western marketer or a business operator?
Well, because these aren't just fancy chatbots anymore. They process language with incredible nuance, understand really complex questions, handle multimodal tasks.
Meaning text, images, voice.
Exactly. Text, image, voice, all blended. Which makes them unbelievably powerful tools. For marketing, yes, but also customer service, managing internal knowledge. The applications are vast.
Okay, so let's name some names. The giant dominants. Who are we talking about?
Well, you've got the big ones. Baidu's ErnieBot Wenxin Ya, highly optimized for Chinese scenarios. It's particularly strong in multimodal stuff, even emotional recognition.
Really? Emotional recognition?
Yeah. So you see it used a lot in marketing copy, government Q&A, financial analysis. Then there's Alibaba's Tongyi Wen or Camwen.
Right. Alibaba's huge.
Qwen is full-size, open source, supports, get this, 29 languages. Excellent at math and programming. So obviously big in cross-border e-commerce, multilingual customer service.
And ByteDance, the TikTok folks.
They have Dubao. What's interesting there is the architecture uses something called a sparse mixture of experts, or MOE.
Sparse MOE. What does that mean in practice?
Think of it like having multiple specialized AI brains inside one system. Each one only jumps in when its specific expertise is needed. Makes it super efficient.
Ah, okay.
So it's great for things like real-time voice interaction, generating short video scripts. Very ByteDance, you know.
Makes sense. Who else is in this giant tier?
You've got iFlyTech Spark Synthé Jingwao. Deeply involved in education and healthcare. It can even recognize 72 different Chinese dialects.
72 dialects. Wow, that shows real local depth.
It does. Then Tencent's Yuan. Its specialty is ultra-long text processing. We're talking millions of characters, perfect for enterprise knowledge management, content generation.
And Huawei.
Huawei Pangu. Optimized with their own Ascend chips, very high accuracy in industrial settings. It was actually China's first 100 billion parameter Chinese NLP model.
100 billion parameters, that number just gives you a sense of the scale, the complexity.
Exactly. And then there's 360Z now, strong in security and enterprise knowledge. So it's not just one or two players dominating everything. It's a diverse group, each carving out strengths.
It really underscores that this is a strategic national effort, creating this whole ecosystem.
Absolutely. Diversified, specialized, increasingly self-sufficient. It's quite different from maybe what we see in the West.
And beyond these giants, you mentioned rising stars and vertical deep cultivation. What's happening there?
Yeah, these are the ones really pushing the boundaries, often in very specific niche areas. They're meeting segmented market demands.
Like who?
Take DeepSeek R1v3. It's positioned as maybe China's best overall model right now. Claims triple the inference speed and training costs that are just a tiny fraction of GPT-4's.
That's a huge efficiency gain.
Massive.
Yeah.
And its training data is interesting, includes classic Chinese literature, like the three-body problem, alongside, 45 terabytes of other data, gives a real cultural grounding.
Cultural context baked in.
Then there's Kimi from Moonshot AI, leader in long text processing 2 million characters of context.
2 million? What do you even do with that?
Think legal document analysis, deep scientific research, processing massive amounts of text in one go, and Zipu Qingyun, or GLM, bilingual Chinese-English performance-wise, quite comparable to GPT-4 Turbo. And what's its niche?
It focuses on advanced retrieval, pulling information from specific high-quality sources like the academic database CNKI or social platforms like Zhihu and Xiaohongshu.
Okay, that paints a really vivid picture. Rich, complex, specialized. And you mentioned earlier China's strategic approach to the data itself.
Yes, that's absolutely key. It's a national strategy for corpus construction, not just collecting data, but a coordinated effort. Government agencies setting unified standards, integrating domestic data sources, trying to break down those data silos.
Because they get better, more unified data.
Exactly. High quality, culturally relevant, politically aligned Chinese language data. And this is critical for you, listening as a Western business.
Why is that?
Because it means your content for these Chinese AI platforms needs deep cultural and contextual adaptation. Simple translation won't cut it. It creates a kind of data moat for these Chinese models in their home market. They have a nuanced understanding of local context that Western models might just miss. Right. Nuance is key. Okay, this is fascinating. Let's talk about that data, the corpus. That's the fuel, right? The reason for these incredible leaps in capability, these emergent abilities you sometimes hear about.
It really is. It all comes down to the training data. Massive, massive amounts of largely unannotated pre-training corpora. Just unimaginable quantities of information.
So what kind of data are we talking about? What are the common sources?
Well, the biggest chunk is usually web data. Publicly available web pages, often gathered through projects like Common Crawl.
But the web's messy, right? Ads, spam.
Exactly. It's like a wild garden. So strict filtering and deduplication are crucial. You need to weed out the ads, the harmful content, the spam, sensitive info. That leads to curated data sets like Refined Web or Red Pajama 1T.
Okay, curated web data. What else?
Book data is important too. Gives broader, more in-depth content, helps models learn structure. And code data sets are vital. Things like the Stack data set covering hundreds of programming languages. That's essential for learning syntax, logic, reasoning.
And again, China's approach here is distinctive.
Very. As we said, it's a national strategy. They explicitly aim to gain initiative, guidance, and discourse power. It's about building a strategic asset, high-quality Chinese language data aligned with their cultural and political context.
And you can see that reflected in the models themselves, different models preferring different types of data.
Clearly, look at Tungi Konawin supporting 29 languages means its corpus must be huge, diverse, multilingual. It also uses local knowledge bases for something called vectorization.
Vectorization?
It's a way to represent data numerically so the AI can process it. Using local knowledge bases suggests it prefers structured domain-specific data for certain tasks.
Okay, so a model focused on, say, healthcare, like iFlyTech Spark,
is going to rely heavily on specialized data sets from medicine, education, those specific fields. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Or Huawei Pangu, for its enterprise versions, layers lots of industry-specific data on top of general data. That boosts its accuracy for things like industrial quality control.
And Zipu Qingyun with its advanced retrieval.
That tells you it prioritizes high-quality content from academic sources like CNKI and maybe more nuanced user-generated content from places like Zhihu or Xiaohongshu.
And DeepSeek with the classic literature.
Exactly. That 45 TB corpus, including classics, gives it that inherent cultural advantage.
Wow.
So the overall trend is clear: specialization, moving towards highly specific, industry-focused AI.
How do they achieve that? Just by feeding it the right data?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
High-quality, targeted domain data, medical literature, industrial reports, legal documents. This helps massively reduce those hallucinations, when the AI just makes stuff up.
Right, the plausible-sounding nonsense.
Yeah. More targeted data means higher accuracy within that domain. So for you, a Western business, the takeaway is crucial. A general off-the-shelf model might not be enough in China.
So what are the options?
You might need to use one of these specialized Chinese models. Or you could fine-tune a general model with your own company data. Or, and this ties into GEO, you strategically publish your specialized content on the platforms these AI models prefer and are trained on.
Okay, let's get practical. So for a Western business operating in China or planning to, what does this mean day to day? How do you actually deploy these AI models effectively?
It really boils down to two core strategies, often used together. The first is retrieval augmented generation, or RAG.
RAG, right? How does that work?
Think of it like giving the AI access to an external library, a constantly updated one. When you ask a question, the RAG system first acts like a super smart researcher.
Got it?
It retrieves the most relevant, up-to-date information from specific external data sources. Could be your company's latest product docs, recent industry news, internal knowledge bases.
So it finds the facts first.
Exactly. It finds the relevant snippets. Then it feeds those snippets, along with your original question, to the large language model. The LLM then uses that retrieved info to generate a precise, timely, and factually grounded answer.
Ah, I see. So the big advantage is accuracy, reducing those hallucinations.
That's a huge one. Improved accuracy and reliability. Because it's grounding the answer in retrieved facts, not just its internal training data. Plus, the knowledge base can be updated dynamically.
Meaning you don't have to retrain the whole model every time something changes.
Precisely. Much cheaper and faster to keep it current. You also get better traceability. The AI can often cite sources, show you where the info came from, and it helps with data sovereignty because your sensitive data can stay in your controlled database, not get baked into the model itself.
Okay, so RAG is great for accuracy, timeliness, using external data. Where would you typically use it?
Customer service is a big one. Building sophisticated Q&A systems, especially in complex fields like medicine or law, where accuracy is paramount, and building powerful enterprise knowledge bases that employees can query easily.
Got it. And the second strategy?
That's large language model fine-tuning.
Fine-tuning. So taking a pre-trained model and tweaking it.
Exactly. General models are broad, but they don't know your specific business processes, your internal jargon, your brand voice, your quality standards. Fine-tuning adjusts the model, trains it a bit further on your specific data.
So it becomes an expert in your stuff.
Yes. It transforms a generalist model into a true business expert for your proprietary needs. It learns your language, your context. And importantly, it optimizes performance for your specific tasks without the massive cost of training a model from scratch.
How does that work? What kind of data do you need?
You need high-quality, targeted datasets, often in formats like JSON or JSON. The cleaner and more relevant your data, the better the fine-tuning. Actually, research shows that doubling the size of your high-quality fine-tuning dataset can linearly improve the model's performance on that task.
Linearly, that's significant, so data prep is key.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out still applies.
Okay, so RAG for accessing external current info and fine-tuning for embedding specific internal expertise. Are they mutually exclusive?
Not at all. In fact, the real power comes from strategic synergy. They are highly complementary.
How so?
Think of it like this. RAG provides the timeliness and breadth. It accesses the latest external info, handles a wide range of queries based on current data. Fine-tuning provides the depth and specificity. It embeds your core proprietary knowledge, your unique brand voice, right into the model.
So you get the best of both worlds.
Exactly. You fine-tune the model on your core, stable proprietary data. Make it an expert on you. Then you use RAG to let it access the latest external information, market changes, new regulations, whatever. This hybrid approach builds AI systems that are powerful, deeply specialized, and flexibly responsive. It's not just a neat idea, it's really the direction things are heading, an inevitable trend.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, this feels like a natural transition to Generative Search Engine Optimization, GEO. You mentioned this earlier. How does it connect?
It connects directly, because whether you're using RAG or fine-tuning or both, you need the AI to find and understand relevant information. GEO is about making sure your content is that relevant, understandable information.
So it's a step beyond traditional SEO, which was all about ranking on Google or Baidu.
It's a paradigm shift. The question changes. It's not just, how do I rank #1 for this keyword? It's, how does my content become part of the AI's answer? How do I get cited, recommended, trusted by the AI?
Being the source the AI relies on.
Precisely.
So what do AI models actually prefer in content? If I want my stuff to be picked up, what should it look like?
They prioritize high-quality, authoritative, well-structured content. They like specific data points, real case studies, clear Q&A formats that directly answer likely user questions, and, crucially, credible sources.
Credible sources. This sounds like the EEAT principle from Google SEO. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness.
Absolutely. EEAT is becoming even more critical in the age of AI. AI algorithms are increasingly being designed to recognize and reward content that demonstrates genuine experience, deep expertise, clear authority, and trustworthiness. It's about proving you're a reliable source.
Now, you also mentioned a trust deficit with AI search, especially in China. What did you mean by that?
Well, we talked about hallucinations, AI making things up. That inherently erodes trust. But there's also the issue of commercial neutrality. Users worry, are the AI's recommendations genuine, or are they just paid placements disguised as helpful answers?
Right, the transparency issue.
Exactly. So for Western businesses using GEO in China, it's not just about being visible. It's about actively building trust. Your content needs to be verifiable, transparent, genuinely useful. You need to strongly emphasize that EEAT provide clear citations where possible. Maybe even advocate for standards around disclosing when AI is involved in generating commercial recommendations.
So the goal is credible inclusion in AI answers, not just ranking. Okay, let's get really practical then. How do you actually organize and publish content to achieve this? What are some proven tips, things that work in reality for GEO?
Okay, first, understand user intent and optimize for long-tail keywords. Forget stuffing short keywords. Think about how people actually ask questions now, full sentences, complex queries.
Like, what's the best AI model for analyzing financial reports in Chinese?
Exactly. Use keyword tools to find these conversational, contextual, maybe specification recommendation type keywords. Then, create content that directly answers these complex questions, provides complete solutions, compares options. A really practical tip here, build out comprehensive FAQ sections based on real customer questions, dig into your support logs, talk to sales, answer what people actually ask.
Okay, focus on real user questions, long-tail queries. What else?
Second, build topical authority with content clusters. Don't just optimize single pages. Create comprehensive pillar pages, authoritative guides on your core topics. Then surround them with multiple cluster pages, detailed articles diving into specific subtopics related to that pillar.
Like a hub and spoke model.
Kind of, yeah. And crucially, internally link these cluster pages back to the pillar page and link them to each other where relevant. This creates a dense network of related content. It signals to the AI, hey, we're not just experts on this one thing, we're experts on this entire topic area, and keep it updated. Regular updates signal relevance.
Build authority through structure and freshness. Got it. Third tip.
Third, optimize multimedia and use structured data. AI isn't just text anymore. Use high-quality images, videos. Optimize them with descriptive file names, detailed alt text, good descriptions. Consider interactive tools like calculators or configurators. But here's a key technical GEO tip. Implement JSON LD, structured data markup.
Structured data, like schema.org.
Exactly. Use it to label key information on your page, product specs, prices, opening hours, author info, event details. It's like adding invisible tags that the AI can read instantly and accurately. It makes your content highly machine readable, helping the AI pull out precise facts.
So it's about making it easy for the machine to understand the key details, less ambiguity.
Precisely. Reduces the chance of the AI misinterpreting your content.
What about the more technical website stuff? Does traditional technical SEO still matter for GEO?
Yes, but the focus shifts slightly towards AI discoverability. Native HTML output is good. Using server-side rendering, SSR, or pre-rendering techniques is often better than client-side rendering.
Why is that?
Because LLM search platforms often retrieve the raw HTML source code. If your key content, your titles, meta descriptions, structured data is injected later via JavaScript, the AI might miss it or struggle to parse it reliably. Static content is easier for them to digest.
So make sure the important stuff is in the initial HTML.
Right. Keep your sitemaps updated, submit them actively if platforms allow API submission, and be mindful of highly dynamic pages that rely heavily on JavaScript. They can sometimes be less friendly to AI crawlers. Staticize non-essential elements where you can. Really, technical SEO for AI is becoming more like content engineering.
Content engineering. I like that. It's about structuring content for machine understanding. Okay, this is all very concrete. What's fascinating now is seeing how this translates into real-world impact. Can you give us some examples across different industries in China?
Sure. Look at financial services. AI is huge there for fraud prevention, risk management, even internal knowledge. JP Chase, for instance, uses LLMs to help employees sift through reports.
And for GEO in finance?
Financial firms are optimizing their white papers, market analysis, industry reports, using structured data for key financial metrics, highlighting EEAT through author credentials. The goal is for AI to recognize their content as authoritative for financial insights. Think of platforms like Tonghuash and Cthink GPT. They need reliable data sources.
Right. What about healthcare?
AI assists in diagnosis, patient care, drug discovery. You see specialized models analyzing medical images or patient data. For GEO, the strategy is publishing clinical guidelines, research papers, patient info on authoritative medical platforms. Clear structure, expert authorship, maybe structured data for treatment protocols. This helps AI retrieve accurate info for doctors or patients, building critical trust.
Manufacturing seems like a prime area for AI.
Definitely. AI for quality inspection is a big one. Fiber home communications improve PCBA board inspections significantly. Inspur Yunzhou used AI to boost the qualified rate of carbon black products dramatically.
Wow. And the GEO play there?
Publish detailed technical specifications, maintenance manuals, troubleshooting guides, maybe on industry portals or your own site. Optimize them with structured data for machine parameters or error codes. This allows AI tools to assist engineers with fault diagnosis or predictive maintenance by reading the relevant manuals.
Makes sense. Retail and e-commerce.
All about enhancing the customer experience. Personalized recommendations, AI-powered chatbots, even AI-generated product videos like Carvana does. For GEO, it's about optimizing product descriptions, FAQs, support content. Use structured data for product attributes, size, color, price. This ensures AI can accurately answer customer questions about products and provide relevant recommendations.
And lastly, content marketing itself and maybe enterprise knowledge.
Generative AI is obviously transforming content creation, but also building internal knowledge graphs, like State Grid Jiangsu Electric Power did. For GEO, it's about applying all these principles, creating high-quality, structured, authoritative content that answers user questions. We saw a great case study, a company making solid waste treatment equipment.
What happened?
They focused their GEO efforts to really optimize their content based on these principles. When someone searched on DeepSeek, asking for manufacturers in their specific field, their company came up first in the AI's generated answer.
Direct proof of concept. That's powerful.
It really is. Measurable GEO success.
Okay, the opportunities are clear, the strategies are becoming clearer. But with any powerful technology, there's a flip side. What are the challenges, the risks, for Western businesses diving into AI in China?
There are definitely significant risks to manage. First, those AI hallucinations and information accuracy issues we keep mentioning.
Right, the AI making stuff up.
Yeah. If an AI misrepresents your product based on faulty info, or if your team makes critical decisions based on flawed AI output, that's a serious reputational risk. Rigorous validation, keeping humans in the loop, is absolutely essential.
It's non-negotiable. What else?
Data security, privacy, and compliance. This is huge, especially in China. When you use sensitive data, customer data, proprietary business data for training or fine-tuning, you open yourself up to risks.
Like data breaches, IP theft.
Exactly. Data extraction attacks, accidental leaks, intellectual property concerns. You absolutely must prioritize data sovereignty, keeping sensitive data local whenever possible. And you need to be incredibly diligent about complying with China's regulations, particularly the Personal Information Protection Law, or PIPL. It's comprehensive and has teeth.
PIPL compliance is key. Any other major risks?
Intellectual property and model misuse. There are still fuzzy areas around the IP rights of data used for training. Can models be misused to generate harmful content or content that infringes on existing copyrights? These are ongoing concerns.
Okay, significant challenges. So how should Western businesses approach this? What's the recommended stance? Proactive, prudent?
All of the above. Proactive, prudent, and adaptive. I'd offer a few concrete strategic recommendations.
Please do.
First, active engagement and deep understanding. Don't just dip your toe in. Invest resources, time, people, money to really understand China's specific AI ecosystem. The tech, yes, but also the data preferences, the key platforms, the policy environment. This might involve local partnerships, hiring local talent.
Don't assume it's the same as the West.
Absolutely not. Second, laser focus on data governance and quality. Since AI thrives on good data, improving your own proprietary data assets is paramount. Implement strong governance frameworks, use data cleaning tools, apply semantic markup like structured data. Make your data AI ready.
Get your own data house in order.
Exactly. Third, champion ethical AI development and deployment. Adhere to responsible AI principles. Transparency, explainability, fairness, privacy protection. In your GEO practices, be transparent. Consider disclosing when content is AI-assisted. Build trust. Anticipate future regulations.
Be ethical. Be transparent.
Fourth, continuous adaptation and learning. This field is moving at lightning speed. You need mechanisms, internal teams, processes to constantly track AI advancements, evaluate new tools and models, and adjust your strategies accordingly. Don't set it and forget it.
Stay agile.
And finally, as we discussed, Adopt hybrid AI strategies. Don't think RAG or fine-tuning. Think RAG and fine-tuning. Use fine-tuning for that deep core business logic and proprietary knowledge. Leverage AG for accessing dynamic, real-time external information. This combination delivers the most powerful, accurate, and cost-effective results.
That's a great set of actionable recommendations. This deep dive has really shed light on China's unique AI landscape, the crucial role of its specific corpus sources, and that powerful synergy between RAG, fine-tuning, and particularly generative search engine optimization. It feels like a fundamental shift.
It really is. AI large models are profoundly reshaping the global business landscape. And within China, we're seeing them move beyond just pilots and tests into core value creation across traditional industries, finance, healthcare, manufacturing, government services. It's becoming deeply integrated.
So, the final thought for you, our listener, is this. How can you effectively navigate these complex knowledge sources of Chinese AI? What practical steps can you take, starting now, to present your information in an AI-friendly way? Not just for visibility, but for genuine business growth and innovation in this rapidly evolving digital economy. What stands out to you as the biggest opportunity or perhaps the most pressing challenge in your specific context?